Hey, this is a top 25 list, but me talking my top 25 games of all time, but I accidentally messed up pretty early on, and I called it a top 20 until like a few games in. But I do not have time to re-record a lot of the beginning part of this video because this video needs to come out today. Bye! Hello, everyone, and welcome to your daily December download. Everyone has favorite games. Some of them are critically acclaimed games, some of them are pretty bad games, some of them are obscure. But everyone has a game list, and usually most people can dissect what that says about that person as a gamer. I think mine's a little bit more complicated. So we're going to go through my top 20, and we're going to figure out what my top 20 list says about me as a gamer. First, well, not first, but number 20. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes. The footage is going to look really bad, like I don't know how to play the game, but I also haven't played the game in a year, so I was actually ass, I'm not going to lie. But, holy crap, I love this game so much. The main appeal of Tony Hawk for me is that arcadey nature of just doing something over and over and over again until you get really, really good and you're doing crazy tricks and stuff. And at one point, I used to be pretty good at it. I actually was getting like most of the missions done in most of the levels of the game. But, you know, I deleted it for space at one time and I haven't gotten back to it in a minute. It's been over a year since I last played it. Not because the game's bad or anything, I just have a lot of other games to play. And I also found this other game, Rollerdrome, that's actually really close to Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk has some tough competition. The only reason it's ranking above Rollerdrome, which I love, if you ever want to check it out, check out Rollerdrome. It's a cool game. It's like Tony Hawk mixed with like a third-person shooter, specifically Max Payne, and it's awesome. But the only reason this wins out is the music, man. It has introduced me to so much good music. It's crazy that Tony Hawk introduced so many skater kids and a bunch of kids back on the PlayStation, a bunch of cool music, and now they still do it because I didn't know Machine Gun Kelly switched from rap to rock until this game, and Bloody Valentine is a bop. Actually started listening to more Goldfinger, found out about this other band, dang, I can't remember their name, but I remember the song that's in the game is She's Famous Now, and that song is so good. I love the trumpets and everything with the band. I actually listen to that album sometimes. I forgot their name, which sucks, but I know the songs. But the music is so good. It's so S tier. And the music in Rollerdrome is great. But, like, this is, like, next level. And that gives it the edge. But the tricks are so fun to pull off. It's realistic and arcadey at the same time. I love the tension. I love the grinding, the animations. I love the characters you can play as. I played as Tony in this footage, but in the original, a lot of my original footage, you would see me be playing as the skeleton. I love playing as the skeleton, the bony guy. That's really fun. It's just an addicting game, and I've put so many hours into it, and I plan to put many more into it. Amazing game. Amazing game. I love the design of the levels. I love how everything feels. Everything is easy to learn, hard to master. Perfect. Love that game to death. So let's move on to number 19. Number 19 is Ace Attorney. Specifically, Ace Attorney 2, Justice for All. I love Ace Attorney so much. I'm going to spoil a little bit of the list. The other Ace Attorney games are also on here. This is my least favorite of the original trilogy. It's great. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing game, just like every other Ace Attorney game, at least in the original trilogy. They're all like really damn good, amazing games. The only thing that holds this game back is Case 3, Big Time. Turnabout Big Time is just kind of a weird case. It kind of meanders around a lot, and it kind of wastes a lot of time. It's fine enough. It's a good case. It's not the worst case. There are worse cases if you've ever played Apollo. There are worse cases. There are more dull cases. But that case is very much a downer in an otherwise really good game, with the best case in the entire series being the last case. It has the worst case and the best case. I know I'm not saying anything new about Ace Attorney at that point, but it's true. There's the worst case and the best case are right next to each other in the same game. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you manage that. I hear the writer was writing his ass off trying to get the game out, and there's only 4 cases, and I think it could have stood to have one more strong case to make it a more well-rounded experience, but that's not what we got. But the other merits that it has, I love the Magatama. That is a new gameplay feature that they introduced in this game, and the Magatama is a great addition to the series. And it's a really fun minigame. It adds more to the investigation segments than a lot of what the third case in the first game does, where you're just kind of wandering around, talking to people, shifting back information, and there's a lot of walking around that studio in case 3 in the first game. But anyway, great game, love it to pieces, even though I don't love it as much as its younger brother and its older brother. It's a great game. As I love it has some of my favorite tracks in the series. I will say that it has amazing music. It has amazing writing when it's not Turnabout Big Top, and the last case is something that everyone who can at least enjoy a visual novel or mysteries should experience. This series was so good that I wanted to genuinely be a lawyer for a good portion of my childhood. I'm not gonna lie. Until I got older and realized that I hated bureaucracy, so I decided to become a teacher. Which also is going to have bureaucracy, so obviously I'm very bad at decision making. But let's move on. The next one is the number 18, 18th favorite game of all time. Kingdom Hearts 3 with the addition of Remind. See, Kingdom Hearts 3 by itself, which is without critical mode and a few other additions, is an 8 out of 10. I like it a lot, but it has the combat has some issues. The game's kind of easy, and the story kind of is missing some things at the end. And also it doesn't have a lot of the content that was in the other versions of the game, which does make it a downgrade, especially since those versions of the game came out a long time ago. I know they're final mixes. I used to also think that until I actually played it, and I was like, okay, yeah, they probably should have had this stuff in there, because the post-game content's kind of middling. It's good. There's one good boss and everything, and I enjoyed it. And I'm one of the people who actually enjoy the worlds of KH3. I know a lot of people think that the worlds suck. I hard disagree. They're my favorite worlds in any of the Kingdom Hearts games. I love how, the Pirates world is my favorite. It's big, it's expansive, so much stuff to find, so much to explore. You could be there for hours. It's its own little mini game on its own. I love the Tangled world. I love Toy Story with the being inside the mall and even going from Andy's house into the street. I love being the worlds. The Arundel's kind of lame. It's the lamest level in the game. You're just kind of going up and down a snowy mountain the entire time, and I love the music. The music's so good. Holy shit, the music in Kingdom Hearts 3 is so good. I love the music. The Twilight Town fighting music, the Arundel music. The Arundel world is kind of the weakest part of the game, but for me, that music slaps. I think that there's a lot of great stuff in the original ending. I think the final boss is fun and all, but I do think playing the game on critical has a lot of upsides. Not all upsides. The problem is that the game wasn't balanced around critical properly in some areas. So especially at the start of the game, you are fighting a weird battle with the enemies, where some of them can just one-shot you, and then some of them it's still a cakewalk. very, very odd, and I don't really like some of the early part of Critical for Kingdom Hearts 3. It gets better as it goes along, but and I like it, but the main addition that really ups it to a 9 out of 10 is the Remind portion, especially with the bosses. Holy shit. I streamed this game for months. Those bosses were kicking my ass publicly on stream for months. It was an experience, to say the least. But I think it's the most fulfilled I've ever felt beating a video game ever in my life, with how hard I had to struggle. I would curse those bosses till my dying breath. But good boss fight. Really good boss fight. Hardest boss I've ever faced in my life. Yozora. But I beat him. I beat him on Critical. I'm more of a gamer than most of you. Alright. But yeah. Love KH3. It has a lot of problems. I think it's an amazing finale. But it misses the mark in a few places. That leads it to not be a perfect finale and leads it to be vastly inferior to its two predecessors. While it's better than all the spin-off games that came out in between, I do think it does not hold a candle to KH2 or KH1, which are both like another few of my favorite games of all time. But you get to make it into the top 20, but you are nowhere near the top 10. Alright, let's move on to number 17, right? No, that was 20, 19, 20, 19, 18, yeah, 17, yeah, okay, I was right. Last of Us Part 1 Remake, specifically, because the remastered was on this list a few months ago, like when I was making it initially, but I started playing the remake, and that replaced it. And honestly, it marked it up a few points. It used to be closer to Tony Hawk, but now its place on the list is not permanent because it's still new and fresh in my mind. So I'm not sure where to put it. But since this is my second playthrough, I'm playing it on the survival difficulty, where you cannot do the listening, so you have to pay attention with your eyes. But oh my god, it's everything I ever wanted from a remake, and also. I love Last of Us on its own. It's one of those things where like I thought I wouldn't like it that much because everyone called it a movie game and a walking simulator, that it's really boring, and a lot of people who were like in circles that I run in did not like the game. And then I played it, I was like, you gotta be kind of dumb to call this a movie game with how much gameplay I'm doing. I think anyone just calls anything a movie game as long as there's cutscenes, which is stupid. Like a perfect example is the footage that I'm using for this video. It's a mission where it starts off with you walking and talking and pretty slow, some light puzzle solving, and then you're getting acquainted with the area. You walk through the whole area that you're going to be fighting through later. You get in, you get some story beats, and that lasts about 10 minutes, and then you're in a whole gunfight. Then you last in that gunfight for a while, and because I'm on survival, I died a lot. I died a lot in it. It was pretty hard because I had no health and no ammo. Because the game actually is more difficult than like a lot of games in modern day. A lot of things that a lot of games do, for example, God of War, is when you die, you spawn back with full health. So like you never have to deal with the repercussions of losing all your health in the last fight. You don't get your rage meter back or anything, but you don't lose health. In Last of Us, you keep your health from fight to fight unless, for story reasons you heal back up, which you do in this section, but not when you die though. When you die, you come back, you have the same amount of health You have the same amount of bullets. It gets rough. There's some periods where I had no ammo and I'm running with like 3 bullets and I just gotta figure out the shootout, which is fun. It's its own level of fun, but also why I love Last of Us is those downtime moments. Especially now I'm playing on this other difficulty. I think when I first played it, I kind of just walked through it. I didn't really scavenge that much. But this time I decided to interact with the environment, and I would scavenge everything because I need the materials more because they're giving me less of them. And the game has changed. Every environment, I'm constantly scanning for stuff, constantly looking around. And that's its own level of fun on its own. I know that that can be boring to someone. I can understand how someone can find that boring, but for me personally, it is very like engaging to constantly be looking at like, oh yeah, I need to balance my supplies. I need to get this. How much do I have until I get this? Oh, ooh, and then that little dopamine hit when you do find something after searching for like 5 minutes. It's like, oh yay! I finally found something useful. It's like it feels good. It feels nice, and it's a good feeling. And that gameplay loop of looking for stuff and then getting into fights and then using the mechanics and then being able to think your way through a fight because you prepared, you looked around, you found something that the game wasn't requiring you to find. So now you have an advantage on the enemies that you wouldn't have previously. It's really, really great game design, and I don't think it gets enough appreciation. But another reason why the remake has improved the game for me, the AI is so much better. It's so much less stupid. The enemies are talking to each other. They're moving around the board. They're actually looking for me, and they're being more reasonable. Yeah, they still have the video game persona of like not having enough peripheral vision, but honestly, do you really want them to have that much peripheral vision? If they have that much peripheral vision, the game will be super hard to play. But it's all, but they still have a good enough peripheral vision where it's fair, where like, yeah, you can't just be like just off to the side and they won't see you. They will see you. But it's very much a great game. Like gameplay alone makes it an amazing game to play. Especially now, like the AI was good. That was the thing I was talking about. The AI is good with the remake, but also the gore system from Last of Us Part 2. God damn, it's so brutal. I love it. I love the gore system in Last of Us Part 2. That was like one of the best things about playing it for the first time. I was like, damn. The only reason Last of Us Part 2 probably isn't on this list is because I just haven't beaten it yet, and the remaster's coming out, so I'm just waiting until the remaster comes out to beat it. But it is so. The gore system is so good. It's so bloody. It's so perfect. I love it so much. When you blow up bodies or when you like shoot someone in the head and you see that impact, the feedback is amazing on that. Like, it feels brutal. It feels gross, and I love it. It's nasty, and it's so good. But so this is me. I like I've been saying, this is all gameplay, graphics, all that other stuff. And now let's talk about how the story's good. Just like everyone else, yeah, the story's fucking good. The story's amazing. What did you expect me to say? The story was ass? No, it's Last of Us. It's like the best thing about it. It's a damn good story. It's good. The characters are good. It's acted to perfection. And now with the graphic overhaul, it's even more investing to be attached to these characters because they look better. And now they look more realistic. And it all works. Naughty Dog, I have beef with Naughty Dog. I don't think their PS1 or PS2 output is actually particularly that good. But starting with Uncharted to modern day with Last of Us, I think they have knocked it out of the fucking park with the story integration into gameplay. I know some people don't like how story is such a forefront in these games. It's like games shouldn't be about the story, they should be about the gameplay. And I'm pro gameplay too. If the gameplay sucks and your story's good, I don't care about your game. But if your gameplay's good and your story sucks, I don't really care that much. I can deal. Like, I can push past. You can still be one of my favorite games, even if you have a shitty story. Unless, you know, you're making where I have to watch every cutscene, then I judge your story very harshly. I hate when games force me to interact with the story if I don't like it. But the story in Last of Us is good. but the gameplay is still a great game on its own. And I think if you think the game is like too boring or something on lower difficulties, raise that difficulty up, man. Raise that difficulty up. It is a fucking engaging experience. I can tell you that. I die a lot, as you're seeing right now. It's brutal. Join me in my suffering. All right. Well, yeah, no. Last of Us Part 1 is really, really, really fucking good. All right. Number 16. Rayman Origins. Now, the footage is going to be from Rayman Legends just because I didn't want to re-download Rayman Origins just for this video. But the Rayman Legends has some levels from Rayman Origins in it, so I just played those in the Rayman Legends just for the sake of footage. But I like Rayman Legends more than Rayman Origins more than Legends. I know that's controversial. I know that's very controversial because people love Legends. People love Legends so much. I remember anytime you talk to someone about Rayman Legends, they go, oh god, it's like one of the greatest games ever made. And I love it. It's great. It's like an 8 out of 10. I like it a lot. But, you know, Rayman Origins is better. I think the reason why I think it's better, it has less gimmicks. I'm not forced to play those Murphy levels, and I know people. It was a Wii U game, and so they did a thing. But like, anytime you're not playing on a Wii U, it's so meh. It's a meh gimmick. It's a meh. It actually hinders the game a lot for me. I cannot enjoy it as much because those levels are just kind of okay. I think the worlds last. I think the worlds last a good length in Legends, but also a big defining factor is Rayman Origins has these act transition levels, which are the shoot 'em ups, which I like those, and then also it had these levels where you chase the treasure chest to unlock and if you get all of them, you unlock this super hard, mega hard level at the end, and I loved that, and it was super good, and it's truly one of the best 2D platformers I ever played because it just feels good, it looks amazing, and it plays phenomenally. And when you're playing Origins over Legends, there's so much less bullshit, and there's so much less gimmicks that get in the way, that slow down the pace, and I'm just playing the game and having an amazing time the full way through. When I first played it, I was like, holy shit. This is like better than most Sonic games. It's so good. If you like Sonic or any 2D platformer and you haven't played Origins and Legends, I hard recommend both of them. But Origins will always be my favorite. I don't know what people see in Legends, honestly. But like, and I know people love the musical levels, and I like them too. But dude, I prefer those treasure chase special levels so much more. Those were so much more fun. Harder to do, took me longer, but when you got that run, when you got that perfect run, that shit was elevating. Fucking elevating. Love Rayman Origins. It earned the 17th spot. Now, for number, not 17th, 16th. Now for number 15, we got Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform, the first Sonic game on this list. This is the best racing game of all time. This is better than Mario Kart. I know people love Mario Kart. I know people suck Mario Kart's dick. I know people dick ride for Mario Kart. Fuck it. No, this is better. In Mario Kart, you're just driving, and then occasionally you can glide. In this, I can turn into a plane. I can turn into a boat. The levels change as I go through them. The car handling options. The story mode where you have like all those challenges that you can do that help you get better at the game. The level design. Ooh, the level design is so fucking perfect. I do not know what people see in Mario Kart this game doesn't have besides Mario's on the fucking cover. This shit is amazing. Also, items. Ooh, the items. The items are so good. The items are so good in Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform. Like, you don't even know, dude. You don't even know. The items in Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform are good for this specific reason. They do not have the ability to screw you over if you're winning. If you're winning, you earn that win. There's no insta-destroy first place. There's no insta-win from the back. The best you get is the star power-up that you can get. And that works. It works. It catches you up. But, like, it's nothing like Mario Kart where you get a bullet bill and then just get to... You were in 8th and now you're in, like... in 3rd place now, or you're in 1st place and you get screwed over by a bunch of blue shells because the game said fuck you. No, if you're in 1st place, you get it. You get it because of skill, not luck or randomness. No randomness involved. That's why I love it. I hate the randomness in Mario Kart. And I remember playing with a friend one time and he was like, this is why they have the items in Mario Kart, so like people who suck can catch up. Fuck people who suck, bro. Get good. Get good. If I'm in 1st place, you better figure out how to catch up, bro. Better get good. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, this is the best racing game of all time. Has not been topped. Team Sonic Racing is a hollow imitation of what this is, and I'm disappointed that we've never gotten anything as good as this since 2012. Racing games need to be on the come up because still haven't topped this shit. Next up, God of War 2018. Don't pay attention to how bad my footage is because I have not played this game in a long time, and I had to relearn all the controls. And just for heads up, I was playing all these games back to back over the course of the last 2 days. If I don't say that I got the footage from somewhere else, that's my footage. Yeah, when you're bouncing between so many games, you get all the controls mixed up. So a lot of my gameplay is going to look really terrible, especially at the start. But God of War 2018. What can I say that has not already been said? Story. Masterpiece. Masterpiece story. People who don't like Atreus, I'm sorry, you hate children. That's all I got to say. You don't like children. You don't like anyone who is not just agreeable with your goals and only wants to progress what you want to do. You can't handle any conflict. You can't handle anyone questioning your authority. You can't handle it. It bothers you. And it's like you don't have the patience to deal with a child. That's my personal opinion. Everyone who I've heard sort of craze, it's like, do you just hate kids? Because they never actually have a real complaint. Sometimes it's just the voice is annoying. My brother, that is what a child sounds like. I'm sorry, children sound like children. So, God of War 2018, story's great, story's amazing. Gameplay, also phenomenal. I really do prefer this to all the other God of War games. I like the 3rd God of War game. I don't like God of War 1 that much. I think it kind of drones on for a bit, has too many puzzles, and final boss is terrible. I was going to give it a 7 out of 10, but then I finished the game and I was like, no, that was a 6, man. That was a 6. I haven't played God of War 2. I hear that's the best one in the franchise, so I'm looking forward to playing. And I played a little bit of the start of it, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is fun. This is God of War. But God of War 3, I did play God of War 3. I played it like twice. I love God of War 3. 8 out of 10. I love that game. I think it gets a little draggy by the end, but I do think God of War 3 is a very, very, very good game. But this game is just better. I know people don't like that the combat is like doesn't have all the jumps and flippy dippy shit, but it's still incredibly satisfying. Like, I picked up the controller for the first time in like a year, and I pressed the buttons, and I was like, oh, this just feels so satisfying to do. Like, I got right back into it. It's just so fun. The combat, it's the third-person shooter camera. I think that the camera could stand to be drawn out just a little bit more, and then I think it'd be perfect. But holy crap, dude, it's so good. The combat's satisfying, and then when you get the Blades of Chaos halfway through the game, shit. I also like the armor system, and I think one of my favorite things to do was just going around the open zone area and looking for side quests and looking for upgrades and side missions and things to kill. That was, I had a whole addiction to this game my sophomore year at college. I just was playing it every day. I was playing it during class during the pandemic. It was a problem, honestly. Just like another game on this list that was a pandemic hellhole. But this one I at least could look away from the screen sometimes, unlike the other one. But this game is so fucking good. And the only reason it's not higher is because going to the next number, which is number is I'm so bad. I talk so long that I forget what the numbers are. 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13? Yeah, 13. I'm not looking at a numbered list. That's why this is why this keeps happening. But yeah, so number 13 is Ghost of Tsushima, which the sauce factor alone. I think the story in Ghost of Tsushima is good. It's not like amazing. It doesn't blow me away. It's not anything I haven't really seen before, but it's delivered in such a really good way. It's a very simple story about honor and giving up that honor for the greater good. It's a very more Western look on Japanese culture. Because usually, you know, the whole thing in Japanese culture, it would be about, oh no, you gotta keep your honor, and honor wins at the end of the day. But Ghost of Tsushima's outlook on it is that it is sometimes you have to give up your honor to win. And it shows the positives and downsides of that. Like, there's a huge part in the game where Jin uses a poison to poison the Mongol fleet. And it poisons them all. They get the base. They loot. They get no casualties on their side, and everything's okay. All the Mongols die instantly overnight. But then the few who do survive study the poison and then start using it on you and the people that you're supposed to be protecting. You using that technique now spreads a new weapon into the world. You can't. It's like so. It doesn't. It's not just one-sided honor bad. It's more like it's more nuanced than that. About like, what are you willing to give up for the protection of your home? Are you willing to become a monster to protect the people that you love? And that's very much an interesting take. It's not something that I haven't seen before, but it was done very well. That's my thoughts on the story. But the gameplay, holy shit, the gameplay, bro! You just by the end of the game, you're gonna see it in the footage because I'm gonna be like, do I get back into it? And I just start slaying. I just start going at it, bro. I'm in the paint, bro. It is so sick. The combat in that game is so good. It's simple. There's not like combos like in a Devil May Cry. The combat is very much square, and then there's a hold, and then there's a heavy attack. It's very, very simple. But because you're constantly switching stances for each thing, and then also you have a bunch of side weapons on both triggers. This game uses every single damn button on that controller. There is not a button used on that controller that is not used for something. Everything is being utilized. That's why it took so long for me to get back into it, because I had to remember what everything was. It is such a complex game, but dude, the game is so fun to play. The combat is saucy. The stealth is amazing to pull off. The AI is stupid though. The AI is really bad. Like, it's worse. It's not good. It's Ghost of Tsushima 2. It just needs. There's little things about this game that make it not a 10 out of 10. Like, I want to give it that 10 out of 10 so badly. I want to give it a 10 out of 10. But there's just little things that throw it off. You can't have a stealth game and your AI be that dog shit, man. I'm sorry. The AI is really bad. Really, really bad. Like, you kill someone right next to someone, and because they're not in your field of view, they can't hear anything. Everyone's fucking deaf, apparently. Unless you throw something that's supposed to draw their attention. It's very, very dumb and very, very shallow. It's fun to do, but it's very shallow to pull off. the only catch is, just don't get seen. And if you don't get seen, you're fine. You don't have to worry about noise that much unless you're like running at full speed and then it alerts everyone in the area. But of course that would do that. I would hope so. But it's such a, but it's like, even regarding that, the combat's still sick. The stealth is still sick. It has such a good style. The music is so fucking good. And you don't see it in the footage, but the open world is fucking beautiful. I love a good, beautiful open world. And even though you're just traversing it by horse, there's enough points of interest around where it never gets really boring. And the music is good. And even when there's no music playing, it's just the ambience. And the vistas are impressive. It is so good, and I am so lucky I get to play the PS5 version at 4K 60. But it is an amazing game. I cannot wait for Ghost of Tsushima 2. The gameplay is peak. It just needs a little bit more polish in some areas, and then it could be one of my favorite games of all time. Well, it already is. Just a 10 out of 10. Favorite out again. Everything we talked about so far is a 9. I'll tell you when we get into the 10s. It's gonna take a while. It's a long time to get into the 10s. I don't have many 10 out of 10 favorite games of all time. I'm pretty stingy about that. All right. Next on the list is, wait, did I miscount something? Oh, this is my top 25, isn't it? Number 17. Not 17. Yeah, 17. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's kind of funny how 3 Sony first-party exclusives are all right next to each other, but this is just how my list shaked out. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is, super fun. The story is just okay. I like it. It's solid. I like watching it. I think the dialogue's fun. I think it has some really good themes. It's a good kids game. It's a good family story. I think it's very much for children, but I still enjoy it as a piece of entertainment. And I think it ends in crescendos very well. It has some really good moments, emotionally and cinematic, and on an epic scale that a lot of kids' games don't really land a lot most of the time. But the story is not this game's strong suit. The strong suit's the gameplay. Like I said, gameplay is the most important thing to me. So even though Ghost of Tsushima has better sauce and a better story, God of War has a better story, Last of Us has a better story, the gameplay in Ratchet and Clank is so fucking addictive. I've beaten this game 5 times. I've beaten this game 5 times. I've just sometimes booted it up and replayed it twice in a row because there's the new game plus that unlocks shit on the hardest, and then you play it on the hardest difficulty with challenge mode, and it's so fucking fun. It's so fun to play, and I know it's Ratchet and Clank, and all Ratchet and Clank games are fun to play, but this was so good. This with the graphical fidelity, with the DualSense controller usage, how it feels, how it looks, it is so addicting to play Ratchet and Clank. I can't imagine getting tired of playing the damn game. I love the rocket boots. I love the weapons. Everything about this game is firing on all cylinders from a gameplay standpoint. The set pieces are great. I love the arena. It is graphically one of the best looking games ever. Just objectively, you're stupid if you think otherwise. It is one of the best looking games I've ever seen in my life. It is the SSD usage is impressive. It was one of the big next gen showings, even though people tried to take it as weird of dude, it can't run on a PS4. You're fucking stupid if you think this thing could run on a PS4. The PS4 could barely run the original Ratchet and Clank at 1080p 30 FPS. It can't run this. It can't run this, man. And I hate when people try to do fucking comparisons of shit and they look nothing alike. They're like, oh man, this games don't look that much better than PS4 games. Bro, as someone who skipped the PS4 generations, I don't have any rose tinted glasses for that generation. PS4 games do not look as good as you guys think they do. They really don't most of the time, unless it's like Last of Us or like Spider-Man. It did not look that good on last gen. You guys just remember it looking better than it did. It's a kind of crazy. It's why people are mad about The Last of Us 2 Remastered. For me, someone who's playing it on a PS5 or a PS4, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of little details that I'm noticing that like could be better if you just put it on a new console. Other people are like, wait, it already looked good. What's wrong with making it look better? What's wrong with making it look better? PS5 games look amazing. Just let everything look like PS5 games. They fucking look amazing. Man, I can't. I don't know. That's a separate tangent. But yeah, no, Ratchet and Clank gameplay is peak. I don't have too much to say about the story. I think it's good, and I think there are better analytical videos about this game elsewhere. But on my quick thoughts, I think this game is insanely fun to play and addicting. And the weapons and everything it goes for, the movement, the graphics, everything just clicks on all cylinders for me. And it's so easy to play. It's so easy to play. It's hard not to get sucked back into it. Number 16, Sonic Mania. Yeah, first 2D Sonic game on the list. Yeah, Sonic Mania. It's great. It's an amazing game. The only reason it's not like better than some like the other 2D Sonic game on this list is because it's not original. It has amazing gameplay. Love the drop dash. I love all the playable characters. It has great levels, but it also has some really bad levels, or at least levels that make me not want to play the game when I play. For people who don't know, there's this level called Mirage Saloon Act 1, and it's an auto-scroller plane level, and it's dog ass, and I hate it, just like every Sky Chase level, and it's so fucking long, and then you're forced to face a freaking boss, and every time I get to that point in the game, I don't want to play the game anymore. It makes me want to stop. It genuinely puts me to a halt. Like, I don't want to do it. It's not fun. It's... You do? But yeah, no, it is not fun. I cannot stand that level, and there's a few like just kind of lulls in the latter part of Sonic Mania. Metallic Madness is kind of like one of the lesser levels in my opinion, but it's also like from Sonic CD, and it's one of the lesser levels in Sonic CD. I think the Metal Sonic boss fight, while good, it goes on for a bit too long. There's just the little things that bother me, and also, god damn, it only has 4 original zones, and it's like, it'd be so much better if it was just 100% original. If it was 100% original, I think it'd be probably one of my favorite games of all time. Well, it is. It's on this list. It's in the top 20. But yeah, no, it's a great game. I do love it. But also has some weird things that it should have fixed. There's like weird things that it didn't fix from the Genesis games in the name of keeping things classic that it didn't. And I'm not talking about lives. It's just, it has things like Supersonic not having unique sprites sometimes. That's like weird. Why does he not do that? Or like how Sonic... Why can't I use the Insta-Shield, the Drop Dash, and the Peel Out all at the same time if I had them all unlocked? Why can't I do that? Like, that just seems like a no-brainer to at least have a mode like that unlockable. Maybe not in my base moveset, but I should be able to unlock it. And then even after that, there's, what was this one thing? There's this one thing that always bothers me about the game. One thing that always bothers me that's, like, really outdated for some reason. I can't remember it right now. I cannot remember it. Dang it. But there's a lot of outdated things about the game that like it didn't need to bring back. Lives not being one of them. I like lives. Also, I'm good at the game. I don't die. I think the people who complain about lives not being in a Sonic game are people who wouldn't get a game over in the first place. So I think it's just kind of a moot point to argue. It doesn't affect me. So. I haven't got a game over in a 2D Sonic game in like a decade. But yeah, no, it's Oh, and also Retro Engine. Retro Engine sucks. I hate the Retro Engine's collision. There's so many times where I could get crushed by stuff that I shouldn't get crushed by that did not happen in the original engine of the classics. And no one seems to care, except me and a few people I talk to. And we're at a point where I just say I got Retro Engined, because it just is so fucking consistent. It's even in Superstars. I don't know why it's so bad. What's with fucking collision in Sonic games? It's like so weird. Just if I'm under the object, kill me. If my pixel is under the object, give me a little bit of leeway, because it's kind of ridiculous. And then sometimes don't kill me when it's barely touching me. Like, it's just not worth. Don't kill me on contact. Kill me when I'm crushed. Anyway, there's just so many weird little things with Mania that bother me the hell out of me. It's still better than like most of 2D Sonic and most Sonic games. There's not going to be a lot of Sonic on this list. There's going to be a lot of franchises, and Sonic is not on this list a lot. I love Sonic, but his quality is up and down. But yeah, I love Mania, but dang, does it have some things that hold it back from being like one of the best. 3K still king. Number 15, Spark the Electric Jester 3. God, I love this game so much. It actually is so good. It made me lower my ranking of Spark the Electric Jester 2. Spark the Electric 2 used to be a 9 out of 10. Then I played this, and I was like, nah, that game is not a 9 out of 10. I had to reevaluate my opinion. You know, a sequel is crazy good when it makes you reevaluate your opinions on the first game. It makes the first game look like a tech demo for the game that you're playing now, and it's great. It's great. Movement amazing. I love the speeds you can get to. The grinding feels good. The game is slick as hell to play. Light speed dashing is fun to do. A little glitchy. The homing attack is a little awkward. I think sometimes it doesn't home in right, but you know, I think the combat being expanded was a good idea. The combat's fun and fluid to do. The parry system is great. I miss my runnable parry from Spark 2, but you know, I can deal. But the level design is really what the real show up is in this game, and all the extra missions that you can do as a side thing. That is what really pushes the game forward for me, the level design over the first game. Because the second game in this series, but the first game that was 3D, it was very linear, but not in a bad way. It was still like really good. It was just that the path, there's a lot of times where your pathways is just about how well can you just not fall off, and it just kind of feels and that just seems to be the level design in some areas, and that is, while fun, it is fun, but I do like the more intricate level design and wide open areas and the more of the verticality that is in this game. I also think the story is stupid. The story is super silly and kind of dumb. I think it has some good character beats. I think it's good at recontextualizing Spark 2, but holy shit, did this story jump the fucking shark so far. Oh my god. I don't want to spoil it just in case you play it, but the twist of the story is absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely insane, and you won't see it coming because it literally comes out of nowhere. It is very interesting. Like, I love a lot of things, but the story is not one of the things that brings me to Spark. And I think the dialogue has gotten progressively worse in the series. I think it was really good in Spark 1, and because it was like almost parody level, but that seemed to be the point. But now he's trying to take it like very serious, like an anime, and it's not really working as well as it could have. Also, we were missing vocal tracks. There were no vocal tracks in Spark 3. Well, I mean, I think there was one, but like, we need more. We need more vocal tracks, like there was in Spark 2. Spark 2 has some really good vocal tracks. But it's an amazing game. I hard recommend it. You don't have to play Spark 1 and 2 before you get to 3. It's really cheap on Steam. It's like 15, 20 bucks. Pick it up. It's an amazing game. If you like Sonic, you'll probably like it. Gonna be so real. But it's not Sonic. But it's a great game. Number 14. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Yeah, this is the first one. I'm not going to talk too much about this one because, you know, all the Phoenix Wright games are kind of the same. The courtroom system and is pretty similar across all 3 games, and the investigations are similar across all 3 games. The only difference is that the first game has the least amount of mechanics. But it also is insanely well written and has insanely good music and is insanely charismatic. I have replayed. There was a time when I was a kid where I only had the demo and I played the first 2 cases over and over and over again. Turnabout Sisters is so good. Turnabout Goodbyes is peak fiction. It is such an amazing game, and the Rise for the Ashes really is an amazing case. It's really fucking long, has a lot of gimmicks because it was a DS original, but damn, man, the writing is so good, the characters are all perfect. It is such a solid game and is one of the best games ever made. One of the best visual novels ever made. There's a reason we parody this fucking series to fucking death. It's because of this fucking game. And also, the music is iconic. The objection theme, I love almost every single objection theme, but I have to admit, this one is the most iconic. I think the third one is my favorite, but I think this is the most iconic one. And everyone knows it. And holy shit, does it deserve to be known. This game is so good. If you, again, love visual novels. Even if you don't love visual novels. If you have the ability to read, check it out. It's so good. You play the first case, play the second case, and if you aren't locked in after that, then maybe it's not for you. But holy crap, dude, it's so good. So good. Number 13, Uncharted 4. This is the best Uncharted game. There's not a higher one up here. 2 is the second best. 3 is my favorite from a nostalgic perspective because it's the one I owned as a kid. I played it the most. I think 1 is good, but like it's really basic. It really is just shoot out to shoot out to shoot out to shoot out to shoot out. There isn't even like a narrative for most of it. It's very very bare bones. It's very funny how that game revolutionized the PS3 and people were like, holy shit, you gotta play it. But looking back on it, it's very basic. It's like 6 hours also. It's not very long. None of the Uncharted games are very long. Uncharted 4 is the longest one, mostly because it spends a lot of time before you start getting to the shootouts. You don't start shooting out for like until like chapter 5. It takes a while before you actually start shooting. There's not that stuff doesn't happen, it's just that it focuses on other things. I think this is when Naughty Dog finally started getting it, like after Last of Us, that was their first game when they were in their bag with their story, because they tried to make Uncharted 3 a serious narrative, and they fumbled it so badly that it was kind of embarrassing. So I think that's why they scaled Uncharted 4 back. Not that Uncharted 4 doesn't have crazy set pieces, it just doesn't have the mystical element that every other Uncharted game has, which is a little disappointing. Like, you know, the first game had the zombies, the second game had the Shambhala thing, and then the third game had like the water that was like a crazy hallucinogen that made you think demons were real. It's like there was always a mystical element to the first 3 Uncharted games that I think Uncharted 4 sadly does not have enough of, and should have had a third act twist. But that's me talking as an Uncharted fan. Now, as someone who's would be critiquing the story as a whole, I think it is smart to not do that. Even though I would like that, I think it was also a smart decision to not do it, because it really boils down on the message of greed and selfishness and the the self-destructive nature of these people who are thieves. It's like Thief's End is the subtitle for the game, and that is a lot of things more than one. Yeah, it's Nathan Drake's last game, but it's also about how the people on that pirate island were all just thinking about themselves and could not trust each other, and that led to all this death where they all died surrounded by gold. Whoop-de-fucking-do. What was the point? You know? And it's like, it really challenges Nate, because like, oh my god, the Madagascar section is like one of the best sections in like all of gaming. You start off with the Jeep, you're going through this explorative section, then you go from shootout to shootout, you're driving around, you get to you find out some stuff, then you go into the city, you climb a clock tower, then you fall down the clock tower, you do some puzzles, and then you get into a shootout in the middle of the city. By the way, if it looks like I suck in the footage, I am playing on Crushing. Leave me alone. I'm playing on Crushing. This shit is hard, it's like you go into a shootout, into the city, into a car chase, and then off to a car chase, you get into a rope climbing segment where then you're jumping from car to car to car to car in the caravan, and then you get knocked off the car, and then you gotta shoot your way out of a car that's on fire, and then you get picked up by your brother, and then you're still shooting the stupid ATV thing that's been chasing you the entire level, and you finally get to blow it the fuck up, and you're on a high, everything's cool, and then Elena's in the house. And then you remember, oh yeah, you're ruining this man's marriage. So fucking powerful. So fucking powerful. It's such a good scene, story-wise and gameplay, marrying the game and the story together in a perfect harmony. This is Naughty Dog's magnum opus. This is the best thing they've ever done. It is engaging, entertaining popcorn, but also a really gripping character study of a guy who was pretty bare bones as a two-dimensional character in the first 2 to 3 games. He was very flat. He was just Indiana Jones, but kind of cool, snarky, voiced by Nolan North, and then he became a guy in this game, and I think I believed it. I believed every moment of it. I actually wasn't looking forward to Uncharted 4. I was like, Uncharted 3 ended it. What more were you doing? You're milking this franchise. Now, if they make another one, I'm not going to be happy, because this is it. This is such a beautiful game on a technical level, on a gameplay, story, music, the fucking... I'm glad it's over, because this was a perfect way to go out. Masterpiece. We're still in the 9 out of 10s, by the way. Number 12, Game Dev Tycoon. Game Dev Tycoon is actually a game I've streamed, so you could check out the streams probably after this video if you wanted to get a more detailed look at it. I love this game to death. It's a pretty simple game. It's a sim game where you just, it's a tycoon game where you make video games. You create the titles, you collect skills, you get genres, and you hire people, you build your office, and you try to avoid going bankrupt, which is very easy to do if you're not making hit games constantly. It has extra difficulty modes. It goes from modern day. It goes from all the way back before the NES from the Commodore 64 all the way to like the PS5 and 6 and stuff. And it's actually a great game. It's a great game. I love it to death. I have so many hours in it. Anytime I tell someone, hey man, check it out, it's a pretty fun game, they get locked into it. Because it's hard, actually. It's a really hard game. It's really easy to go bankrupt if you don't make all the right decisions, and I think that everyone should play it. It's an old game. They're making... Greenheart Studios is finally, after like about a decade, finally making a new game called Tavern Keeper. I'm going to definitely check it out, and I recommend you do too, because if it's anything like Game Dev Tycoon, it's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be a really good game. I'm glad this game has a budget looking going into it, and I hope that it is as the same quality as Game Dev Tycoon, and maybe we'll get that 10 out of 10. Because the only reason it's not a 9 out of 10 is because after, you know, it's like it is very repetitive, and even though it's very fun, it's not perfect. You know, there's things that they could do, some more stuff they can add. There's mods that I have to download for some things to get some of the extra stuff that I would like. I would like if they ever make a Game Dev Tycoon to make it even more immersive, go even deeper into it, give me more options, more random events, more stats to balance. I love micromanaging. I've realized that as I've gotten older. I love micromanaging games. I love them so fucking much. I wholeheartedly recommend this game. Number 11, Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure is like one of it is sadly one of the only 3Ds. There's only two 3D Sonic games that have ever gotten a 9 from me. And it's Sonic Adventure and Sonic Frontiers, and Frontiers barely is still worse than Adventure and barely makes it into the 9 out of 10 category. It's only because it appeals to me specifically that it gets into the 9 out of 10 category. But Sonic Adventure, most people say, oh, I only enjoy half the game. I enjoy I enjoy 90% of the game. I don't like the big sections. I don't like big. There's nothing you can get me to like big, but it's only 3 levels. I can deal. But Sonic, amazing. Tails, amazing. Knuckles, amazing. Amy, amazing. Gamma, amazing. I love the gameplay. Gameplay is so fucking fun. It's janky. Oh, this game is janky as hell. This game is old. But I also don't want them to remake it because the jank is why I love it. You know, the game wouldn't be the same if it was polished and all put together. There's some things I would like. I would like some things to be smoothed out, but like if you take away too much of the jank, then the game becomes less fun, you know? It's a part of the magic of Sonic Adventure. Vastly superior to Sonic Adventure 2. I love the control. I love how everyone controls. I love how everyone feels. I think the story is overhyped. Sonic fans were live and die by the adventure games, but I do not think the writing in these games were very good, and the story's pretty standard. I think it has fun character interactions and some fun character moments. I think Amy has some good stuff and Gamma has some good stuff story wise, but like most of what is important in the narrative, like the core narrative, is kind of lame until the end. Like there's the Tikal stuff splattered out, but I think that it's kind of delved out in a very uninteresting way and not to the people who need to hear it half the time. And I think there could have been a better way of going about it. So yeah, the story is, I don't think the story of Sonic Adventure is very good. Once I make a video about that, we'll talk about that then. But still love it. Still love Sonic Adventure. Still love it to pieces. It's like so fun to play, and it's easy. Sometimes I just pick it up and play through all of Sonic's levels and just have an amazing fucking time. So, even the hub worlds, I hated them when I was a kid, but I'm older now. I can actually navigate my way around an area, and I have a great time. It's an amazing game to play. I do recommend downloading downloading a mod just so it plays like an older version of SADX, closer to the Dreamcast release, because the re-releases of this game are dog water. But you know, if you're playing something adjacent to the Dreamcast version, you're gonna have an amazing time. I feel it's a great game. It's a great game. Could be better. Too much jank in some areas. It's aged like cheese. Or it's just about to spoil, but like it's just good enough. Like we're riding that fine line right now. All right, now we're getting into the 10 out of 10s, which just so happens to be my top 10. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the bottom of my top 10 list. And it's, dude, we all know You all know, you know what this is about. That game is, the level design is immaculate. One of the best games from the 90s. One of the best 2D platformers, if not the best 2D platformer of all time, is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You connect those games together and you experience magic, my nigga. You experience magic. It is an amazing game. I have played that thing front to back a bajillion times ever since I finally was able to beat it in high school, because I could not beat it as a child. But I have played that thing front to back. Sonic 3 portion, the Sonic and Knuckles portion. Hypersonic exists. Hypersonic exists. He's real. I've seen Hypersonic and it's real. It is such an amazing game. Down to the last detail. I can't think of a single level I dislike. Yeah, even Sandopolis. Is it Flying Battery's good? Y'all are just bad. I've never hated Flying Battery. Oh, the music, immaculate. The Origins has tainted it, which is deeply saddening to me. The Origins has tainted it. But it's still immaculate. Still outside of the Jutsunoi tracks. Immaculate music, but it's like, no. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of the best 2D platformers ever made. If you love 2D platformers, play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Fuck Sonic 1, fuck Sonic 2, especially fuck Sonic CD. Play 3 and Knuckles. It is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in my entire life. And I would not trade it for anything. Wow. I'd trade it for a few things. 9 things specifically. There's a few things better than this on this list. Number 9. Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Insomniac Spider-Man game for 2018. Don't mind my gameplay. I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man 2, so the gameplay is gonna look a little weird because I'm used to doing different things with the swinging. Miles Morales I feel it has better gameplay than Spider-Man PS4. I think it has better gameplay. I love Miles' combat more. I love the animations. I love the game feel. I love the UI. I love everything. I love the Venom powers. I love what they did to the swinging. I love what they did, everything there. But because we're in the 10 out of 10s, everything here is very, very subjective. Like, a little thing can knock you below another thing. All these games are near perfection in my mind. These are games that are core to me as a person, and everything that I look for in a game, I feel anyway. And Miles Morales' gameplay is peak. It's amazing. It's solid. It's the best thing. The story, it's okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's fine. It works. It's suitable, I like what it does with his community. I like Miles. I like his relationships. I like Krieger as the villain. It's an aight story. It's good. It's fine. I can deal. Do I skip the cutscenes a lot when I replay it? Maybe, but it's alright. Gameplay's amazing. The combat, the punching, the kicking, the swinging, but that story, it's alright. Let me yeah, that's what I gotta say about that one. Love Miles to death, but man, that story it's fine. Yeah, I'm over dramatizing it. I don't hate it. I watch it. I like it. But if the story was just by itself, I think it'd be like a 6 to a 7 out of 10 story compared to the first game's 9 to 10 out of 10 story. Yeah, the first game story is like a 9, not a 10. Yeah. There's some pacing issues at the end there. But yeah. So love Spider-Man Miles Morales. Great, but lacking in the story department, what knocks it down just a tiny bit. Like, I know I said I don't care about story that much, but this is we're talking semantics now, all right? Number 8. Ace Attorney 3, Trials and Tribulations. Yeah. This is where the third one is. I love this game. This is the best one. It has the best cases. In my opinion, best music. But it has the best cases. Godot is amazing. The villain, it's one of the only Ace Attorney games with a consistent villain, and she's a fucking bitch, and I love her. She stands on business, bro. She stands on business from the age of 14, bro. She is a menace to society, and I cannot get enough of that bitch. All right, Dahlia Hawthorne is a it's a bad bitch for real. She's an OG. But nah. Not much to say here because it's they're the same. It's the same gameplay as the last two. But the story is what is the deciding factor here. And I love the story. I love the gameplay mechanics that it has. It refines a little bit more on what it had before. Throws a wrench into some conventions. You get to play as Edgeworth for a little bit in the last case. Last case is beautiful. The bow on the whole series, finishing a 3-game arc. Masterful story work. The entire Phoenix Wright trilogy is worth your time. Literally just buy it, please. It's like $30. You get the whole trilogy, dude. It's so fucking good, dude. If you can read, play it. Fuck Danganronpa, bro. This is the real shit. Y'all be playing Danganronpa and not playing Phoenix Wright, and it's infuriating. All right, let's move on. Number 7. Kingdom Hearts. I played Kingdom Hearts for the first time a few years ago. I didn't play it as a child. I played it when I was 18, and I got the PS3 1.5 collection, and it fucking blew me away. I got lost on Destiny Island because I have terrible sense of direction in 3D. I've gotten better at that, but like it's so easy for me to get lost. Like, so I just kind of wandered around for a really long time at the start of the game. I just couldn't find shit because they make you go on that whole scavenger hunt, and I couldn't remember where things were. But I loved it. I fell in love so quickly. Kingdom Hearts became one of my favorite franchises before I even finished the first game. And I loved it. I've spent so much time into it. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 front to back like 3 or 4 times. It is so fucking good. It just has that Disney energy, and like, I grew up on Disney shit, so I'm not immune to Disney nostalgia. So like it is the best the series ever has been on incorporating the plot into the Disney shit, and it has not been topped. And the only Kingdom Hearts game that has better worlds is KH3. KH1 had my favorite worlds because they're not as good as in KH2. KH2, the worlds are kind of lame, but just kind of combat arenas with a different coat of paint with some gimmicks thrown in. But KH1, it's simple. It's simple and clean, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. I get emotional playing that game, and I get emotional playing all the Kingdom Hearts games. They're emotional stories, and I think that the Kingdom Hearts 1 story is really fucking good. I think it's before we get into the Nomura bullshit, which I love the Nomura bullshit. It's why I got into the Kingdom Hearts franchise, because I wanted to experience the Nomura bullshit, because I love that stuff. But Kingdom Hearts 1 on its own is like an amazing game, and I think about the time I would have spent playing it. I wish I played that shit as a kid. I wish I was able to experience that as a child and not as an adult, but even as an adult, I can acknowledge how special that game is for me now, and how it just makes me happy every time I pick it up. And I didn't even play it as a child. It really is one of the best games ever made. Story, music, gameplay. I honestly also prefer how the magic system works in Kingdom Hearts 1 compared to the rest of the series. It has the best magic system. I think there's some parts that have aged a little weirdly. All the Kingdom Hearts PS2 era games before 3 have this weird thing where like they cheap out on facial animation sometimes, and you could just tell better as the graphics get more fidelity, because like they keep upscaling the game. The game on PS4 Pro run like the all-in-one collection runs at 4K 60, so you can see which cutscenes have budget and which ones don't, and it's really funny because on a PS2 and 480p you can't tell that well. So like, and especially if you're a kid, you wouldn't notice it. So it was fine, but like now it's like super fucking obvious. Really silly, but damn, man, great game. Love the combat. It's like, I think it's like, especially as you get along, I think it starts off pretty slow, but like that's fine. It's a great RPG. I love the secret bosses. I love fighting them. It's all great. Technically, I've never beaten Sephiroth, but I call bullshit on that. I had like one hit, bro. He was one hit. I just was like, I was so done after 3 hours. It's like, fuck it. No, fuck you. So technically, I've never beaten KH1. Like, I never beaten Sephiroth, but I basically beat him. I know I've beaten Yuzura, but I haven't beaten Sephiroth in KH1. All right, get off my ass. I'll do it. I'll do it eventually. I just need to be in the mood to go through a bunch of hard bosses again. I love them, but like, damn, I do not want to do that every day. It is a challenge. It is a challenge. But yeah, KH is incredibly important to me, and I'm glad to have played it. Next is one of the newer games on this list. It wasn't here a few months ago, but it is now. Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, this game just came out this year, and you probably have heard everyone talk about it, and everything you've heard about it is true. Gameplay, like, it's a great RPG. I love like making the decisions, having all the options of the spells. I'm not a big D&D guy, but now I want to be, and that's my experience with Baldur's Gate 3. It has so many options in how to progress the story. I have had 3 playthroughs, and I still haven't finished my first one. I finished my second and my third before I finished my first, because I just kept playing more playthroughs. I have another playthrough running with my girlfriend now. It's a whole thing. It's like I love the different builds you can make, the decisions. Every time I played the game, things have played out differently every single time, and that is so engaging, man. I've never played a game like it's what I wanted those Telltale games to be, or what Mass Effect to be, or all those other games where I make decisions. I'm so glad it works. This is one, if not the best RPG of all time. Well, except for number 5, which is Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, so the thing is, I love Baldur's Gate 3 a lot. It's near perfection for me. It's so good. But, you know, the thing is, it just lacks this one crazy thing, and that's called style. I'm sorry. Sauce is important to me, and sauce is something that Persona 5 has. Specifically, Persona 5 Royal. I haven't played the PS5 version much yet. What you're seeing on the PS5 version that I'm playing in front of you right now is what my first time playing it, if the talk goes that far. But you know, I kind of just have it sitting there. I need to get back to it. See, the reason why I don't is because I have a life and I can't play Persona. You know, I said earlier with God of War. I said earlier with God of War, I had an issue where I didn't play. I was playing it during class and everything, and I had to stop because it was ruining my life. But like, it wasn't. I mean, well, I didn't have to stop it because it wasn't ruining my life as much as the game previously. This was the game previously that was ruining my life. I was playing this every single day, hour in, hour out. My grades started slipping. This was bad. This was a really bad time for my grades to start be slipping. I had to drop the game. There was a period of time where I had this game on hold for like 2 years before I went back to it just to finish it off and immediately got sucked back in again. It is so fucking good. It is the story of... Because the thing with Baldur's Gate 3, I love the game, love the characters, love the gameplay, love the decision making, but I don't really give a shit about the story. The story is, defeat some squid people, get the thing out of your brain, and, meet some people along the way. Like, the journey is more important than the actual narrative. I care about more of the character arcs than the narrative itself. The narrative is just okay. I don't really care. But, like, a Persona 5 Royal, I'm here for the narrative. I'm here for the characters, the girls, the boys. Everyone is amazing and playing on top of the game. The voice acting, amazing. The art style, amazing. The gameplay is satisfying. It is one of the best games ever played, and it got me into Persona, and now I'm playing Persona 3. Well, I'm supposed to be, but I've been behind on that stream series. I'll get back to it, I swear. For those of you who got this far, I'll get back to it. But Persona 3, Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal is it is the best RPG. No, not one of. It is. It's the best RPG. It's so good. It's simple to get into. The mechanics are fun. It has style. I cannot wait for Persona 6. I will be there day one. I am a Persona fanboy now because I actually played a Persona game. This game is so good, life-changing, elevating. Next is Spider-Man PS4. I played the remaster, but it's the game Spider-Man PS4. This game is amazing. It's one of the best. It's one of the best games ever made. I love the story. I love the gameplay. Combat, insanely, like, the combat is really good. The weapon wheel is a little intrusive at first, but you get used to it. And I'm glad they got rid of it in Spider-Man 2, but that's just me. I love the gameplay. I love the story. The swinging is kind of basic. It is satisfying and fun to pull off, but basic to do. And I'm glad they improved it as the games went on, and now we have the Spider-Man 2 swing, which is better. But the story is still the best out of all the Insomniac Spider-Man games. They are at the top of their game. But this is them firing at all cylinders. The gameplay is great, the graphics are amazing, the story is engrossing, and it's Spider-Man. And just so you know, Spider-Man is one of my favorite games of all time. So that's why it's here. I don't mind the gameplay. I just played Spider-Man 2 before I played Spider-Man 1, and the gameplay's rough because of that. All right, next, number 3, Kingdom Hearts 2. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, dude. The story, the gameplay, the bosses, the scale, everything Kingdom Hearts was turned up to 11, except the worlds. The worlds are lame. But like everything else is so fucking good that it is it was my second favorite game of all time until recently. It is one of the best games I've ever played. I can instantly go back to it at any time of my life and just get sucked back into it and get right back into it. There's like, I can't think of many, like there's some low lights, yeah, but like, come on, man. Every game has a little low lights, but none of them detract from how good it feels. The game looks great. The game plays great. The game has so much good content. I would love to talk even more about this game in the future because I love Roxas. I love the music. I love the voice acting is still kind of iffy in places, but some of it is really damn good. And I love how the game wraps up. I love the final boss. I love so much about this damn game, so much love and care. I love the extra edge that they put into it. I love the designs. Everything is, I love. I need to talk more about this game at a later date. Number 2, Spider-Man 2. Yeah. You see how close they are to each other? Yeah, no, this game's better. It's real close to being my favorite game of all time. It's real close. I haven't decided on that yet. I think the only thing holding it back, is that the story is a little messy. It's a little messy. There's a lot packed into it, and they just needed like 1 or 2 more hours to get everything in that they needed, and I don't think they did it. The game was a little rushed. I can tell, like they needed to get that game out before the holiday season so they can launch it with the PS5 Slim and such. They needed to get this game out. Sony was like, nah, man, you got to get it. The game's been in development for a while. You guys got to push that out there. Just patch it before the end of the year. The game doesn't have New Game Plus. You can't change the weather like or time of day like in Miles Morales. It is kind of disappointing in those areas, but the core gameplay and scale of the game is vastly superior to the other two in a such way that it makes it hard to go back. The swinging, immaculate. It's faster. You have more elements. The slingshot, the sloop-de-loop, the web wings. Everything about the game on Spider-Man 2 is elevating what the first two did, as a sequel should. It didn't like change the game or anything, but I didn't want it to. The first two games are 10 out of 10s for me. You think I want them to mix it up? No, I want them to keep everything exactly the same. It's like, to a certain degree. It's like I do think that they're gonna have to change something big for the third game, but I love everything they did. The spider arms, the Venom suit, Miles' powers. I think the story was good. It was good. Like, it was like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 story, but the first game was a 9 out of 10 story. I think it's better than Miles, but worse than the original in terms of story department. But it is an amazing game that I will be playing for the rest of my life. And I am so happy that it delivered on its expectations of being the best Spider-Man game, bar none. Now, can they do it a 4th time? That's the real question. I hope to talk about this game more at a later date. And my number 1, a game that I definitely will talk about at a later date, because, yeah, look at my channel. Sonic Generations is my favorite game of all time. Bar none. Bar none. Sonic Generations, I got it. It's the first game I think I've ever spent money on myself. And I still own my original PS3 copy, but I got it on PC also. And it is one of my favorite games ever made. It is so fucking good. It is so clean. I love the modern Sonic. I love the classic Sonic. The level design is everything I want. The only thing it's missing that I think that can make a better game, like everything I want in a Sonic game, is in this game. It was also one of my first Sonic games. You can see why. I would want everything to be like it. It has the best bosses, has the best gameplay. I think the control can use a little bit of tuning. I think the control could use a little bit of tuning. He's a little heavy. He's a little heavy in some areas. His turning when not boosting is a little garbage. But he doesn't need it because the levels aren't built like that, so it's not usually that big of a deal. There's a little issues, like if you trick too much and then you land, sometimes there's a delay in like inputting. You jump, there's a weird input delay on PS3 because the game's 30 FPS. It has a weird input delay. It's kind of really actually bad, but like it's like a lot of these flaws either don't exist on PC anymore for me, so they don't bother me, so I'm grading the PC version, or they're so minor that they are a blip on my radar. I could play this game forever. I could play this game for the rest of my life. This game is it's arcadey fun. It has level design, like the story is a nothing burger, but who cares? The game is so good on all cylinders. I've been playing these levels forever. I wish that I just got a Sonic Generations 2. And the only thing that I really need a Sonic game to do to top this game for me is be Sonic Generations with more player expression, because the problem is that after a while of playing gens, you find the perfect path, but the perfect path is the same path for everybody. So the perfect run looks the same for everybody. We all end up reaching that path. And I think that it could really stand to have more player expression in how you move through the environment. And as long as they add that, that would literally just elevate the game to be even better for me. But like, this game still has the best bosses in any Sonic game. Just fucking outclasses every Sonic game boss, because Sonic game bosses are dog shit. So most of the time, except like Frontiers and like some other games, but like Sonic bosses are usually dog shit. This game is like has good boss design. I hate bosses, love the bosses here. It is such a, it's my game. It's the game that's most important to me for sentimental reasons and because of its quality. And Spider-Man 2 is the only game on this list that can stop it. And guess what? I love Sonic and I love Spider-Man, so that's why they're both up here. Spider-Man 2 may overtake it over time, or Spider-Man 3 could overtake it. But right now, Sonic Gens, 13 years running, favorite game of all time. So this list was a little messy. I messed up a little bit in the beginning with the numbers. This was actually a top 25, not a top 20. I miscounted. I'm looking at a grid right now. I'm looking at a Topsters page, and I miscounted how many games mentally. But what do you guys think about my top 25? Like, what do you guys think? Like about what kind of gamer am I to you? Because all I can tell is that it just means I like good games.